All right, and the video's starting, the recording's starting. Let's get this party started. So check this out. We've covered, what we've covered is we've covered perpendicular lines and parallel lines before, right? Yeah, what's the question?
They can't see.
They can't see.
Vision.
No, don't worry about seeing what's up there.
Oh, okay.
I have that up there for my reference, but we've covered parallel lines and perpendicular lines, right? Just to recap, that was the last thing we did. How do I know if something's a parallel line? Oh, wait, you can't see that. All right, parallel line. I'll have like M and I'll have M parallel. That's a little, it's like an 11 looking thing, but it's not an 11, it's just two parallel lines. That's the symbol for parallel, the slope parallel. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now I'm going to direct the questions kind of towards you, but I want everyone online to answer as well. You know, I mean, and then Makana will relay the message back to me. So that way I feel like I have more interaction with the physical person. All right, so if I have the slope is 1/2 or something like that, okay? Then what is the slope of a parallel line, of another line that's parallel to this one?
It would have to be the same thing.
It would be the same slope. We covered that.
Yeah.
Good. Exactly. So if I give you a line and I say, what is a line that is parallel to this line? Then you would say, okay, well, let me figure out the slope of that first line. And then I know that whatever the slope of this parallel line, it has to be the same as the slope of the first line. Cool? Are we cool with that? Everyone good? Awesome. I also talked about perpendicular lines. I'm going to symbolize that with an M with a little upside down T, which basically means they cross at right angles. And I'll have my regular M. If my M is 1/2, what is my perpendicular slope? And this is open to anyone. Coco, I'm not going to put the pressure on you, but if you know the answer, please, by all means, chime in. Do you guys remember how to get the perpendicular slope? Yes. No, I don't. I'm confused.
Justice said no.
What is that? Justice said
said
no.
no.
Okay. I made up these words. It's called negatate and reciprocate. You guys remember vaguely that that's what you do for the perpendicular slope? You negatate and reciprocate, and you guys are like, that's not even a word. And I said, yeah, of course that's not a word. I already told you that's not a word. I made it up. Right? So if I take this and I negatate it, it's at positive 1/2. What do I make it? Negative, good. If it's not positive, it's negative. If it's negative, it goes positive. You just change the sign on that. Does that make sense? Also, you reciprocate. What does reciprocate mean? I'll give you a hint. It's kind of like it's not like a Dragon Ball Z thing.
Justice said to flip it.
You flip it, and that's not a ratio thing. I can say that joke because I'm Filipino, but I'm just saying you flip it over. That was bad. I probably should record that. Anyway, you turn it upside down, right? You take the 1, if it's 1 on top and 2 on the bottom, then you make it 2 on top and 1 on the bottom. Does that make sense to you, Makana? Kind of like that joke, right? You thought that was pretty funny. All right, anyway, yes, you flip it. So you negatate it and you flip it. So if it's 1/2, it becomes 2/1. 2/1 is also known as just straight up 2. We cool with this? All right, now see the video over here, and just to the side over here. There we go. Now you can see the 2. All right, then I'm going to erase this, and you can come back in.
Oh yeah.
All right, you can go back in. All right, so check this out. This is how lines cross or don't cross, very specifically. But what I want to show you today is how lines cross, kind of not necessarily like this is where they cross exactly at a right angle. This is where they might not ever cross. Or actually, they might always cross. Does that make sense to you? Look here. I think that maybe I'll leave that kind of as a hint as to what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to show you guys simultaneous equations. All right, cool. Stop the recording.